Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Atari Texas YouTube channel. Well, today's the video that y'all been waiting for. Did I buy the Atari VCS that was being crowdfunded over on Indiegogo? So before I get to the answer to that, let's go back in time a little bit. So Atari that's making this product is not the same Atari that we know from the late 70s and 80s and going into the early 90s. I mean, those are the ones that made the original VCS system. And so we got to take that into account first for those who aren't really familiar with Atari. So when we first got the news about the Atari box, I was excited like everybody else. I was just, running around like, this is great. Wasn't thinking too much about it. I was just like head over heels knowing that Atari was possibly coming out with a new video game system. But as time went on, we were getting very little information about it. We didn't know what games are going to come with it. We didn't know what was involved with the system, all kinds of things like that. And as the months went on, we still weren't getting very much information. And then a few months ago, they tried starting their crowdfunding. And on the day of the crowdfunding, they stopped it. They said, hey, we need some more time. And then they moved it into May. So during all that time, we were still getting very little information. So come May 30th, they launched on Indiegogo. And, they put up a nice little platform. There was a lot of information to read about it. We learned a lot more about the system requirements. And, looking at it, it seemed pretty adequate. Of course, we knew it wasn't going to be top tier stuff like an Xbox or PlayStation. But still, not too bad. I felt it was adequate from what I was reading on the specs. We didn't hear much about games. They announced Tempest 4000, a great game made by Jeff Minter. But, if you want to play that, that's coming out on Xbox and PlayStation here in the next couple months. So, that's, once again, not a reason to buy this thing. So, once again, we had no information on games. A little bit more information on, the system and its requirements. They listed some developers that they're working with. Truthfully, I never heard of any of them, but they did have some developers on there. So the crowdfunding started. I was pretty much leaning toward no. This is something I'm not interested in, because we already have plenty of stuff out there to play Atari games. You got emulators, you got flashback systems. Many of us have several of the titles of the games. So why would I want to spend all this money just to play Atari games all over again? So it almost started feeling like a cash grab kind of thing. But then again, like I said, Indiegogo launched and something happened where it caught everybody off guard. I mean, everybody. They set a goal of $100,000 that they wanted to raise. I thought that was kind of small and they'd probably meet that pretty quickly. And then so they can claim success then. And they did. But never in my wildest dreams did I expect them to make $2 million on the first day. And I'm thinking, who are these people that are funding this? This isn't a machine that's like $50. It's anywhere from $200 to $300, depending on what you want to get with the system. And, if you want to add on controllers and so on. So I was thinking, it's not really the hardcore Atari people that are buying them because once again, we got emulators, we got flashbacks, we got games, we can do all this on our own. And it's probably not the young generation buying this because I don't think they'd have an interest in Atari. So who are all these people buying this system? It was just mind-boggling. And then it got me a little bit excited. I started to think, wow, if this thing is a successful and ends up raising $3-4 million, that's going to be considered a big success. And it may bring developers on board to maybe create games just for the Atari VCS. And to me, that was kind of as exciting. But I was still on the fence. And I was thinking, you know what? I got a month to decide, But still, I was kind of leaning toward no because once again, we don't really know what games were coming out by these developers. As far as all we knew is just Atari Vault games, and that pretty much was it. So after they raised their $2 million on that first day, it was nighttime. I was laying in bed. I must have been looking crazy or something, thinking like this. And my wife's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm just struggling. Is this Atari VCS something I want or I don't want? And she was asking me questions about it, what do you get with it when you buy it and stuff like that. And I was kind of letting her know. And she goes, well, are you going to get it? And I said, probably not. I said, unless something major comes out news-wise during this campaign, I'm probably not going to get it. So I woke up the next morning and my wife showed me an email that she got and she bought the system for me. So that decision was taken out of my hands her reasoning to it, she told me if this thing was successful and I didn't get a collector's edition, that I would be kicking myself over it, and that she would never hear the end of it. And she told me, you know, if this thing fails and is a waste of money, you don't have to blame Atari, you could blame me. And I felt kind of bad when she said that. So I have the machine coming. She said, consider it an early birthday present. Well, I was like, well, this thing ain't coming till 2019, so thanks for the happy birthday message for 2019. So I do got it coming, but I'm still very mixed on it. I'm really hoping, like I said, with the amount of crowdfunding they're getting to do this, that it will bring developers on board. Maybe it will get some Atari exclusive games. You know, I like modern gaming too, so if we can get some new modern games on there, that's fine. So we're just going to have to kind of wait and see and put our trust into it and see how this thing turns out. What I'm hoping is they will listen to the people who are backing this, take their ideas, put it right in there, and give us exactly what everybody wants. The crowdfunding ends at the end of June. Like I said, I'm guessing between 3 and 4 million they'll probably end up at. And we'll go from there. So, if you are looking to buy something just to play Atari games, do not buy this. I'll tell you that flat out. If that is your only goal, do not buy this. There's way cheaper options where you can get this all done. I also believe we have the Retron 77 system coming out. You can take care of that. But if you're looking for something, maybe you can get exclusive games on this console. Maybe it'll grow. Maybe it'll blow up. We don't know. Only time will tell. But one thing we can clearly say is there's definitely a lot of interest in this. And it's not the hardcore Atari people that are interested in this. It's just more your main average person, I guess, that's funding this. So we'll see what it comes out with it. So I do have it coming. I have the collector's edition coming. Thanks to my wife. I can't tell if I would have ended up buying it or not. She kind of made a decision for me, and we'll just go from there. So I am sort of excited for it to be coming in. Now, if it turns out bad, that's it for Atari. I mean, the new Atari's dead to me. I'm always going to just refer Atari's in the past tense. I do want to see this company, you know, in its current form do succeed. I think everybody wants to see that. But they got to be realistic and just not be trying to do a cash grab or anything like that. If it doesn't work out and it's just terrible and they're not doing anything to make it better, then I'm going to do what Atari did back in the days. Remember when they buried all those ET carts and games in Alamogordo, New Mexico? Well, I live in the wide expanse of West Texas, and I'll bury that damn thing in the ground. So nobody will ever find it and have to put up with it. But, you know, fingers crossed, let's not go in that direction. Even though I got a lot of desert out there where I can put it, I really hope to see this thing succeed. And like I said, most people out there, 99% of people are hoping to see it succeed. So we'll just go from that. So yes, I do have it coming. The decision was a little bit taken out of my hands, but I love my wife to death. I think inside she saw the struggle I was having with it and decided to make a decision for me. And I am happy about it. And we'll just see how it goes when it comes back. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.